The Magical Tale, a bedtime adventure in the dream forest. Once upon a time, in a faraway land called the Dream Forest, there lived a little rabbit named Bobby, who was afraid of the dark and didn't like going to sleep. Every night, he would cry and beg his mother to stay by his side, but she knew he had to learn to sleep on his own. One evening, as Bobby was tossing and turning in bed, he heard a soft whisper coming from outside his window. "Bobby, come with me on a magical journey." Bobby looked outside and saw a glowing butterfly named Luna, whose wings sparkled like stars. "Who are you?" Bobby asked in wonder. "I'm Luna, the guardian of the Dream Forest. I'll take you on an adventure to the land of sweet dreams, where the dark is nothing to fear." The magical journey begins. Bobby agreed and followed Luna into the forest, where he saw talking trees, singing flowers, and tiny animals dancing under the moonlight. The Lake of Calm. Bobby sat by the lake where fish swam slowly and the water whispered, "Don't be afraid, little Bobby. The dark is just a soft blanket of night, wrapping us all in peace." The Mountain of Sleep. Bobby and Luna climbed the mountain, where a tiny spider named Weaver was spinning golden threads. Weaver said, "These are dream threads. I'll weave you a cozy blanket to keep you safe and warm." The Valley of Stars. Bobby lay down on the soft grass as the stars told him a story. "Once upon a time, a little child just like you went to sleep early and dreamed of a garden full of butterflies and flowers. Returning home, Bobby's eyes grew heavy with sleep and Luna flew him back home. When he woke up the next morning, he told his mother all about his adventure. She smiled and said, "The magical forest lives in your dreams. Whenever you close your eyes and relax, you can visit it again." From that night on, Bobby was never afraid of sleep again, because he knew that the night was a kind friend who carried him on dreamy adventures. Bobby's return to the Dream Forest. The next night, as Bobby snuggled under his blanket, he couldn't wait to fall asleep. He closed his eyes tightly and whispered, "Luna, take me back to the Dream Forest." Suddenly, a soft golden light filled his room, and there was Luna fluttering by his window. "Ready for another adventure, sleepy explorer?" she chimed. Bobby grinned and reached out. With a flutter of her glowing wings, they were off. The secret path of whispers. This time, Luna led Bobby down a new path lined with glowing mushrooms that hummed a lullaby. "Where are we going?" Bobby asked. "To the Cave of Stories," Luna replied. "But we must be very quiet. This path listens to our whispers." Bobby tiptoed as the wind carried his soft words, "I'm not scared tonight." The leaves rustled back. "Brave Bobby, brave Bobby." The Cave of Stories. Inside the cave, the walls shimmered with moving pictures of bedtime tales. A wise old owl named Oliver sat on a crystal ledge. "Ah, Bobby," Oliver hooted. "Tonight you'll help finish a story. See this empty page?" He pointed to a glowing book. Bobby gasped. "Me? But I'm just a little rabbit." "Every dreamer adds to the magic," Oliver said. "Close your eyes and think of a happy ending." Bobby imagined a lost teddy bear finding its way home, and the page lit up. painting his idea into the tale. The Bridge of Wishes. As they left the cave, Luna led Bobby to a sparkling bridge made of moonbeams. "Make a wish, but don't say it out loud," Luna said. "The stars will hear it." Bobby squeezed his eyes shut. "I wish every child could sleep without fear, just like me." Above them, a shooting star zipped across the sky. The sleepy meadow. Exhausted from adventure, Bobby yawned in a meadow where pillowy dandelions floated in the air. Luna tucked him into a nest of soft moss. "Time to return home," she whispered, brushing his forehead with her wings. "But the dream forest will always be here, waiting in your dreams." Bobby and the Sleepy Dragon. 1 week after his last adventure, Bobby found himself staring at the moon through his window. He had been waiting all day to return to the dream forest. "Luna, are you there?" he whispered. A warm breeze rustled the curtains, and suddenly poof! A tiny purple dragon tumbled onto his bed, rubbing its eyes. "Why, you're not Luna," Bobby squeaked. The dragon yawned. "No, I'm drowsy. I got lost on my way to ZZZ." His head drooped, then snapped back up. "Oh, Luna sent me. She's busy tonight yawn lighting the dream stars." The problem of the shadow pups. Drowsy led Bobby through a misty valley where shadows slithered like shy puppies. "They're not scary," Drowsy said, "but they cling to my tail and keep me awake." Sure enough, 3 shadow pups nibbled Drowsy's tail, whining, "Don't go." "The dark is lonely." Bobby knelt down. "Shadows just want friends," he realized. "What if we give them a job?" The Shadow Puppet Show. Bobby remembered his mother's bedtime shadow games. He stretched his paws, making a bunny shape on a glowing mushroom wall. "Wow," gasped the shadow pups. They copied him, morphing into birds, trees, and dancing butterflies. Drowsy's eyes sparkled. "You're artists," he told the shadows. "Could you, maybe, paint dreams on sleeping children's walls?" The shadow pups wiggled with joy. "Yes, we'll make happy dreams all night long." The Cozy Volcano. As thanks, the shadows guided Bobby and Drowsy to a snoring volcano. Its lava was warm milk. Inside, Drowsy's nest was piled with blankets of cloud. Finally. "Sleep," Drowsy mumbled, curling up. But then he peeked one eye open. "Bobby, could you tell me a story? Just a tiny one?" Bobby smiled. He whispered the tale of their adventure slowly, softly, until Drowsy's snores rumbled like distant thunder. Luna's surprise. Outside, Luna arrived with a crown of moonflowers. "You helped Drowsy and the shadows," she said. "That deserves a dream keeper's reward." She placed the crown on Bobby's head. "Now, you can visit the dream forest anytime. Just close your eyes and think of this moment." The Moonflower Mystery. On the quietest night of the year, Bobby woke to a giggling sound outside his window. He peeked out and gasped. The moonflower crown Luna had given him was floating away. A tiny, glittering creature with mischievous eyes was darting through the trees, clutching the flowers. "Hey, those are mine!" Bobby yelled. The creature stuck out its tongue. "Catch me if you can, Dreamkeeper." The chase through the whispering woods. Bobby leaped into the dream forest, where the trees leaned in to help. Oak. He went left. a sprite named Ziz. Willow, so fast like a firefly in a hurry. Ziz left a trail of sparkly dust that tickled Bobby's nose, ah-choo, but also made him float. Now he could glide over roots and streams. This is actually fun, Bobby laughed. The Riddle Bridge. Ziz stopped at a rainbow bridge guarded by a stone tortoise. To cross, the tortoise boomed. Answer this. What grows when shared but shrinks when kept? Ziz stomped his foot. No fair. I hate riddles. Bobby thought hard. Is it happiness? The bridge glowed. Correct. Kindness is the same pass freely. Ziz crossed too, but grumbled. I could have guessed that. Maybe. The truth about Ziz. At the bridge's end, Bobby saw Ziz's home, a tiny, dark hollow. The sprite hugged the moonflower sadly. I just wanted my corner of the forest to be pretty too, Ziz admitted. No one gives me magic gifts. Bobby's ears drooped. You could have just asked Ziz. A pause. Then, can I have one flower? Just this little one? Ziz pointed to the smallest bloom. The compromise. Bobby broke the crown gently, half for Ziz, half for himself. Ping! The two halves regrew into full crowns. Whoa! Ziz's wings buzzed with joy. Sharing does make things grow. Luna appeared smiling, the first lesson of a true dream keeper. The double celebration. That night, two glowing crowns lit up the forest. Ziz's flowers brightened his hollow, attracting friendly fireflies. Bobby's crown shimmered as he flew home on a sleepy cloud. The storm of forgotten dreams. A wild wind howled through the dream forest, rattling branches and tearing petals from the moonflowers. Bobby woke in his bed to the sound of tapping on his window, not Luna's gentle glow, but Ziz, drenched and frantic, ... Bobby, hurry! The dream pool is overflowing. It'll wash away everyone's dreams. Bobby grabbed his moonflower crown and leapt into the storm. The flooded dream valley. The forest was barely recognizable. River of lost toys. Teddy bears and wooden trains floated past, half melted like candle wax. Crying shadows. The shadow pups huddled under toadstools, their puppet shows ruined. Drowsy's dilemma. The dragon clung to a crumbling cloud, too sleepy to fly. This isn't a normal storm, Luna shouted over the wind. It's made from unfinished dreams, the ones children forgot before morning. The broken dream catcher. At the heart of the chaos, the great dream catcher, a web woven by generations of spiders, was torn. Oliver the owl struggled to hold the threads. We need to repair it. He hooted, but only happy memories can spin new strands. Ziz's idea, what if we collect remembered dreams? Bobby's crown can glow them back to life. The memory quest. Drowsy's contribution. The dragon blew a sleepy smoke bubble containing a little girl's dream of flying. Shadow pups help. They shape themselves into a boy's forgotten birthday party. Bobby's turn. He closed his eyes and remembered his very first visit to the dream forest, the singing flowers, the kind stars. The memory swirled into the dream catcher, stitching the gaps with golden light. The calm after the storm. With a final snap, the storm vanished. The dream pool shimmered clear again, reflecting a sky full of repaired dreams floating back to sleeping children. Luna nuzzled Bobby and Ziz. You didn't just save the forest, you saved tomorrow's adventures. Even Ziz's mischievous grin softened. Teamwork's kinda cool. But don't tell anyone I said that. The missing dream invitations. The Dream Forest buzzed with excitement tonight was the Great Dream Festival, where fireflies performed light ballets and trees bloomed with candy-colored fruit. Bobby and Ziz raced to Luna's clearing, only to find her frantically searching through piles of scrolls. "All the invitations are gone," Luna wailed. "Without them, no one will know where or when the festival starts." A trail of glittery footprints led to a familiar culprit, the Shadow Pups, but they weren't being naughty. "We just wanted to help deliver them," whimpered the smallest pup, holding a crumpled invite. "But then we got distracted by the firefly dancers and we dropped them all over the forest," finished another, ears drooping ... The hunt for the invites. Teamwork time. Drowsy's sniffing snout. The sleepy dragon sniffed out invites stuck in a hedgehog's spines, RSVP from the Mushroom Band. A spider's unused web, Oliver's owl poetry reading. Ziz's speed, the sprite zip to retrieve invites. Floating in bubbles over the lake of calm. Trapped under laughing rocks, they giggled when tickled. Bobby's clever idea. Shadow Pups, you know every hiding spot. Be our guides. The Map of Whispers. The oldest Shadow Pup led them to the Maple of Memories, whose leaves could reveal lost things, but only if asked politely. "Please, dear Maple," Bobby whispered, offering a moonflower petal. The tree shook, and 3 leaves floated down, each with a clue: where the music sleeps, inside Drowsy's abandoned drum. Where reflections gather, the Lake of Calm's upside-down world, where the first dream began, Bobby's own cozy burrow. The last invite. Back at Bobby's burrow, tucked under his pillow, Luna's personal invitation. The most important one, a golden scroll summoning the Starlight Parade. "You are the first dreamer who ever helped the forest," Luna said softly. "This festival starts with you." The festival begins. As the moon rose, fireflies spelled welcome in midair. The Shadow Pups projected giant dream images on the clouds. Even Ziz performed, juggling laughing dewdrops and only dropping a few. Bobby sat between Luna and Drowsy, crunching moonbeam popcorn, realizing getting lost is just part of the adventure. The magical tale, cozy goodnight ... As the last firefly dimmed its light, Bobby felt his eyelids grow heavy. The Dream Festival's music softened into a lullaby of rustling leaves and distant wind chimes. "Time for dreamers to return," Luna whispered, spreading her starry wings over everyone. One by one, the forest said goodnight. Ziz curled up in a hollow log, snoring tiny sparkles. Drowsy floated away on his cloud, hugging a leftover moonbeam popcorn kernel. Shadow Pups melted into the starlight, whispering, "Sweet puppet show dreams." Luna guided Bobby back to his window, where his real-world pillow waited, still warm. She hummed as the moonflowers on his crown dimmed to a gentle glow. The best adventures always end with a soft place to land.